sees how many reinforcement blips he gets this turn, and places them beside the entry areas on the board.
There you go, look, I've got 6 of today's board edge.
Yeah. Beside the entry areas.
Yeah, beside the entry areas.
Yeah. See, what happened is I've read the other opinion where you can move in an entry area, which we heard earlier.
Sorry?
You read out just now that there were 2 versions of the entry area rule.
Yeah, but this one is the updated version. It said beside the entry areas.
See, the bit I read out must have been the first opinion.
This is already different.
Which was corrected, obviously.
This is already different, this rule book. This one will tell you.
Not that I thought Space Hulk was...
See, look, there's a whole... There's a whole reinforcement phase here, look.
God!
Language is terrible. Yeah.
Lurking. Blips do not have to immediately enter play. They can instead lurk at an entry area, usually to wait for more numbers to arrive. Simply leave the blip off the board next to the entry area. Up to 3 blips can lurk at each entry area. If a Space Marine is 6 or fewer squares away from an entry point square
This is the bit
at the start of the Genus Dealer phase, then any reinforcement blips placed there must lurk for the rest of the turn. They are free to enter the board on the following turn if the Genus Dealer player chooses.
Yeah. That's basically the same thing they said in the first edition, but with just a bit more detail.
Blips cannot move into a Space Marine's line of sight. If that happens, accidentally, then the blip is returned to the last square in which it was out of line of sight, and it may not do anything for the remainder of the current turn.
Yeah, but the thing that's not 100% of that is...
It's already moved, so what more does it want the greedy get?
Yeah.
Greedy blip has already moved in the line of sight, so it's already moved, so why would it get anything else?
Blips must first be placed face down off the board, outside an entry point.
Yeah, I know that. Just at
the
one
Genus
point...
Dealer player may look at the value of the blip before placing it.
At one point, the writer of the rulebook assumed that you could just place... You could just move it for 1 AP.
They are not considered to be on the board.
That's what started this whole debate.
While they're...
I read a paragraph saying you may choose to lurk.
Forget you read that.
Yeah, but that was in the rulebook.
This is the rulebook.
Well, I don't know what context it said. It was saying once you are in the...
Look at the value
it says something like once you're in the entry area, you may pay 1 AP to move or to lurk, or continue to lurk.
They're just saying it costs 1 AP to enter.
To enter play, the blip simply moves onto the first square of the board next to the entry point, expending the normal 1 AP cost for moving 1 square.
It did make sense.
So from this point on, they are part of play and move and fight.
The problem is I sort of preferred it the way we were playing it before.
Why?
In the way where they come on instantly.
Instantly, yeah.
I'm just too used to that now.
But it doesn't really make sense, does it, when they come on instantly?
The problem is we've been playing that so long now, I can't get out of my head.
Yeah.
Can't
I know
put it aside.
And we need to start this mission again, really.
No, we can't now. We just got to concentrate on it. But the strange thing is that first they're saying you may pay once you're in the entry area. You don't always have to lurk, is what the paragraph said. You may pay 1 AP to move. Or remain lurking.
Well, that wasn't worded properly, was it?
And then they said that you may push if you do move into line of sight. First, there was the whole within 6 spaces rule, where it's completely closed off, hence the door. That's what I think closed means. But then there's the rule where even if the marine is there, you still can't access, which equates to the same thing, except from the fact you can go through still as gene stealers in that way.
It's going to be expensive to get my own place. Jeez.
And the other rule, and the other strange part, was the fact that they were referring to a square, but also the entry area at the same time. The other strange part was they were referring to moving back a square. So technically, in this context, the entry area counts as well.
You can't get a house, you can't get a mortgage.
Except that you can't move pieces on and off the board.
Yeah.
So you can't even do that.
Yeah, you can't even do that.
You can't do that.
So that's strange, that is. That's weird. So you can't move off. the board back onto the
As soon as
entry
you move
area.
into play, you can't move off the board.
Yeah, exactly.
So that whole thing can't be done.
With the
Well, it's
line
not
of sight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with the line